Welcome everyone to episode 10 of The Stove. This is the 10th episode. It's a special edition.
Yes.
Well, not really, but okay. Let's start it off right away with the Celtics and the Warriors. You go first. I want to
Okay.
go last.
Well, Celtics took a 2-1 lead last night in Game 3. And, well, to be honest with you, that was pretty much a dominating performance for the Celtics, except for the third quarter yet again. The Warriors went on a little run in the third quarter and got the lead for not too long, but Celtics ended up getting the lead back and ended up pulling it out in the end. And, well, the first thing I want to talk about is Draymond Green, otherwise known as Donkey around here. And the guy had 2 more points than everybody in the world. He had 2 more points than me and him
On a dunk.
on a dunk. And
What the dunk for Donkey?
he played like garbage. He was awful. He ends up fouling out, which was probably best for the Warriors, to be honest. Jordan Poole disappeared. There was nowhere to be found. I guess there wasn't too many baddies in the crowd, so he couldn't show off for him. Steph Curry played great first 3 quarters, especially in the third quarter. He played
Fourth quarter.
And then the fourth quarter, he disappears
Like he
once
usually
again,
does.
which is really disappointing for me because I really want him to win a Finals MVP. Klay Thompson had a great game. He was probably other than Steph Curry, probably the Warriors' best player on the floor. Andrew Wiggins didn't really do much. I mean, he had a couple of good defensive stops, but I mean, just the Celtics once again dominated, except for the third quarter. I think that's pretty much been the story of both of their wins.
Okay, so the Celtics that we won, but this is more about what the Warriors did not do.
Yes.
Because I'm a Boston fan, but it's angering the way the Warriors play because Klay Thompson finally shows up. I don't know where the hell he was the first 3 games, but let's just start with the rebounding where Boston beat the Warriors 47-31 on the glass.
That's how it should be.
Well, it should be, but Kevon Looney had 7 rebounds somehow. I don't know how. He had 6 points. The Celtics, let's talk about the offensive glass, where the Celtics out-rebounded them 15-6 on the offensive glass. They outscored them in the paint, 52-26 in the paint. They had less turnovers. They had way less fouls. It was just the Warriors, they got to get it together.
Yeah.
Because Steph Curry, listen, I'm going to keep going back to this, and everybody will say, oh, no. Yes, because everybody loves Steph, because Steph is the most protected superstar outside of LeBron and Aaron Rodgers. So,
can't stand.
And LeBron is very protected, by the way. But anyway.
I don't know.
Yes, he
Not
is.
from Skip Bayless.
Yes, I don't care. But anyway, Steph Curry had 3 straight turnovers. This is what he said. You say he's a top 10 player of all time, or he will be if he wins the Finals MVP.
Yes.
Well, he had 4 points in the fourth quarter in Game 1. He disappeared once again in the fourth quarter again yesterday. It was a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter, which means Golden State was well within range of winning the game. Steph Curry once again disappeared. It was really Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson that kept him in the game in the first half. It was not Steph Curry who kept him in the game. Donkey, there's not enough words to say what the hell was that last night. Last night, Donkey had 6 fouls. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 points.
He had a quadruple single.
He had more fouls than he had points, assists, and rebounds. He all 3. What is that? How does that happen? He should have got thrown out at the end of the game because if you don't leave the floor in a timely manner, because he just sits there and bickers, the fact and all of his fouls that he gets are completely justified, and he'll get so angry about them. And by the way, we can win against Scott Foster, so that means Chris Paul can too. But anyway, that's so annoying. But anyway,
did you see the free throw where Draymond like literally punches Jason Tatum in the chest.
Yes, and it wasn't a foul call.
I know, but then he bickers about like another foul just as bad as that. And
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Golden State made 15 threes. Boston made 13 threes. So you can't say it was the lucky argument like the Warriors fans used in game one, because that's not what it was. Because after that Otto Porter three, I don't want to hear anything about luck. Either what was that shot? There was 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and he just like chucked it up there. I don't know what he made it, but what the hell was that?
Got no idea.
He just got over there and just like threw it up there. I was like, what in the world? And anyway, it's so.
The Warriors just played dumb last night.
Yeah, they
were
did.
just dumb.
They have 19 turnovers, I think.
Yes,
I think
they
Boston
had,
had 12 turnovers. Boston really had, I thought, too many turnovers. But Golden State had 17 turnovers. I'm sorry.
Still pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, Boston dominated them in the game.
Yeah.
Draymond got dominated by Al Horford and Robert Williams in the paint.
Speaking of Robert Williams,
that might be his best game.
That man is
without a doubt.
Beast on the inside. Like, you cannot drive the lane against him because he will block your shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably a top 5 interior defender in the game right now.
Yeah.
If not number 1.
He had 4 blocks last night, and that one on Steph Curry.
Ridiculous.
I mean, that was insane. That's just pure athleticism.
Yes.
We have to go up there and get that.
Blocking
And
a floater like that, that's ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, Boston's a really good shot blocking team, but Boston, I believe Boston is the better team because I think Golden State, everybody says they have finals experience and all this stuff. They have 3 players who have finals experience that I would say. Iguodala is not who he used to be. He played 2 minutes last night. Otto Porter has no finals experience. Jordan Poole has no finals experience.
Wiggins.
Looney, no, not really. Wiggins, no. Dunkey, he don't look like he has finals experience. He don't look like he has basketball experience in general. Curry has finals experience and Thompson had finals experience. They have got to get more help than what they got last night because those 3 cannot do it all by themselves. Jordan Poole had 10 points last night. He averaged 19 in the regular season. He's got to be better than that.
Yes.
Dunkey with 2. That's just awful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just absolutely awful. How do you have 2 points? Like, how?
He didn't even have that many rebounds or assists either.
He had 4 rebounds and 3 assists and 6 fouls. He should have had 7 because he should have got the technical. But it was awful. Golden State did not play well outside of the 1/3 quarter stretch.
Yeah.
They have got to get Kuminga in the game. Steve Kerr has got to get Jonathan Kuminga in the game. I'd start him over Draymond because I think at this point, Draymond obviously just has no interest in defending at this point. So
And Moses Moody.
Yeah, and Moody. I'd put both of them in because it's just awful. But anyway.
Yeah, Steve Kerr needs to get his head out of his ass because, like, he's not putting together good game plans. He's not doing any of that. He's not putting in the right people when he should. How many minutes did Draymond Green play before he got fouled out?
35.
Way too much for Draymond.
He had 2 points in 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's way too much.
I mean,
put Kuminga in there. Put Moses Moody in there.
I mean, really. And, like, Bielitsa. I mean,
he can shoot threes.
He can shoot threes. He played 3 minutes. Kuminga played 2. Iguodala played 2.
Damian Lee
played 2.
He's good.
Moses Moody played 2.
Ridiculous.
Toscano Anderson played 2. That's just
pathetic. That's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean,
they should be playing way more than
Grant Williams. I thought didn't play very bad last night. He had 10 points.
Yeah.
Derek White is a spark off the bench. I know he didn't play great last night, but he's a spark. Pritchard, he made 1 3, but I love Pritchard. But anyway,
he can be a really good bench player.
Oh yeah, but Boston shot the ball 11 more times than Golden State did last night.
Yeah.
But Golden State, it's terrible what they're doing. They have 3 Hall of Famers on this team right now with Draymond, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. As much as you hate it, Draymond is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And Steve Kerr is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
This is a Hall of Fame loaded team. You have 4 Hall of Famers in that film room that can put things together, and that's the game plan you come up with.
I hate that Draymond's going to be in the Hall
Well,
of
that's
Fame.
just the way it goes. But I mean, it's just 23-11 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's.
So how does that happen? And Boston had a great start. Golden State was not like. I mean, Golden State to me comes in with the mindset of arrogance, where they just feel like we don't have to win this game because we can win the next one.
Yeah.
That's going to come back to bite them at some point. It came back to bite them against Cleveland, and it's going to came back to bite them against Toronto, and it's going to come back to bite them against Boston too. Because now Golden State is in a situation where they have to win Game 4. They can't lose Game 4. They lose Game 4, this series is over because they're not winning 3 in a row against Boston. That defense. I don't care if you got home court advantage or not.
Mm-hmm.
And Boston's favored by 4 going into Game 4. So Steph Curry says he's going to play, but we'll have to see. Robert Williams is always on the injured list. But Golden State, you should be nervous if you pick Golden State.
Yes.
Because
Golden
State just has not dominated right now the way that I think people may have thought they would.
I didn't think they would dominate really, but I know a lot of people that have picked the Warriors in 6
or 5.
I
saw some people in 5. Well,
And
5 is not happening.
And our friend Isaac picked them in 3.
Yeah, well, there's been 3 games played and Boston's up 2-1, so
Yep.
that's not going to happen.
Yep.
But anyway, so does Dunkey need to step up?
Yeah. He wasn't good anywhere last night. He wasn't even good defensively. He was not good at all offensively. He scored 2 more points than me. He had 4 more rebounds than me. And how many assists did he have?
3.
He had 3 more assists than me. So he did not play great at all. Yeah, he needs to step up weight. Even if he can only score 10, just score 10.
Yeah.
He can do that.
He's usually a guy who gives you 8, 9, 10 rebounds and 8, 9, 10 assists.
Yeah.
And if he's between 6 and 10 points, that's a good game for Draymond. But
he can't even. He didn't.
I'm not
get
expecting
5
him.
rebounds.
I'm not expecting him to turn into like Game 7 Draymond, where he scored 32. But I mean, 2.
Yeah.
2. I mean, that's just not.
He might as well not even played. He was nowhere.
No. And he missed all of his shots that weren't a dunk.
He had more fouls than any other stat he had. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
That-
He had 1 block,
That's
2 turnovers.
that is ridiculous.
But, yeah, I mean, that's just I mean,
He needs to step up way more than that.
oh, yeah. I mean,
And-
it's just terrible. But
Yeah.
anyway.
And another person that probably needs to step up, Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
I know he's a rookie. I know. But 10 points isn't going to cut it. He's got to score between 15 and 20 every game coming off the bench. He's got to.
Yeah, and he's just not doing that right now. And
Seems like the lights are a little bit too bright for him right now.
yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, I've never been like crazy high on Jordan Poole when they act like he's like the 3rd Splash brother. Like, I just don't think that's the case. But I mean, Jordan Poole, everybody raves about him and raves about how good he is. This is really the first time I'm watching him in depth. And I'm not very impressed with him because he looks like he's not confident. He looks like he just jacks up threes a lot. I mean, I'm not very impressed with what I've seen from Jordan Poole because I just don't think he's like, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Poole, though, I don't know.
He's talented. He's very talented.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't matter how talented you are if you don't play well, and he's not played well at all in these finals. And
Yeah. I think it's just because that he's just really, really young.
But Jalen, but you can't use that excuse because Boston's really young and Boston's played fine. I mean, Jaylen Brown's just young too, and he scored 27.
They played more than Jordan Poole.
They haven't played in the finals.
No, but they played in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, yeah, but that's not the same thing. But
I know, but they have more playoff experience than
Robert
Jordan.
Williams hadn't played in the Eastern Conference Finals. He played fine. Grant Williams hasn't. Grant Williams had just as many points as Jordan Poole. He had just as many
Fair.
points as Jordan Poole. And Grant Williams has never been in a finals and never been in an Eastern Conference Finals until this season. He had just as many points as Jordan Poole.
Fair.
So, Jordan Poole, if you're big time, let's see it, because I don't see it. I mean, but
Well, I still think you can use that excuse for this one, especially with him coming off the bench.
well, maybe, but I don't know.
Well, let him get back there next year, and let's see how he does.
They're running out of time. Steph Curry's like 34 and Klay Thompson's 32. Let's talk about that for one moment. Klay Thompson, after the game, saying Boston fans are classless. Give me a damn break. You're a 32-year-old man. If you can't take vulgar language, go sit on the damn bench. Are you kidding me? What the hell is that?
I mean,
You can't take vulgar language and you're a 32-year-old man. Oh, there's kids in the building. Oh, wah. Now cry me a river. I don't care.
You're acting kind of classless right now.
I don't care.
I'm just messing
Klay
with
Thompson, dude, you scored 25. Be happy with what you did. I mean, you say, oh, it didn't affect us, but they were classless. Like, well, so it obviously did affect you. Obviously affected Draymond, but I mean, like, for Golden State to have the expectations that they're going to be able to pick fights with Boston in Golden State, like they did, get technical fouls in Golden State for stupid reasons, and then come into Boston, which Boston probably has the rudest fans in basketball, probably, I would say, and probably the loudest crowd in basketball. So,
Boston?
yeah, probably that place is just – that is the toughest place to win in basketball. And for them to come in there and like not expect Boston fans to be hostile towards them is strange.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
you should expect that when you go on the road anywhere. You should
Yeah.
expect some heckling.
exactly. I mean, and this is the thing, is Boston is not Cleveland anymore.
No.
This isn't Cleveland. We don't, Cleveland loves LeBron. They love LeBron.
They worship LeBron.
They worship LeBron. They don't worship Cleveland, the Cavs. They worship LeBron.
Yep.
Boston doesn't worship Brown or Tatum. They do worship Bird. But
Yeah.
they worship the Celtics because Boston is so desperate for an 18th title because the Lakers just won a title and they're tied with them at 17. So Boston is desperate for a title. And they're going to do whatever they can to win it.
Yep.
And that crowd is a sixth man. And they're going to
Yeah.
do whatever they can. They're going to yell at you.
Mhm.
They're going to be vulgar to you. They're going to scream you off the floor. They're going to do whatever they can from where they're sitting to try to change the game.
Yeah.
And if Golden State can't deal with that after winning 3 titles,
That's tough.
they've
Four.
played a 7-game series in Oklahoma City. They went to Dallas. They've been to Cleveland. They've been to Portland. They've been to Utah. They've been to Toronto. They've been to some pretty hostile environments, particularly Oklahoma City. They've been all over the place. And they can't handle vulgar language in Boston. They act like Boston's the only place that does that. That's not true.
No.
I mean, I understand Boston is a bunch of crazy Irish people up there, but who probably drink a lot. But they act like Golden State is not. They act like people in Golden State doesn't, like they don't use vulgar language. Like, come on. Anyway, that's my rant.
Any team is going to use any team's fans are going to use vulgar language.
Exactly. I mean, did you see when Kevin Durant came back to Oklahoma City? Golden State wasn't complaining about it then.
Nope.
Durant, that was a scary sight. Like, that was actually scary. Which was even scarier was when LeBron returned to Cleveland after he left to go to Miami. That was even more scary. So, but anyway, all right.
One thing I want to say is the best thing to happen to Boston last night was Draymond Green. He was the best thing.
Oh, yeah, I
to
wish he
happen.
would have stayed in the game, but probably would have
Yeah.
won by more. But all right, so talking about this next thing, right now is Jason Brown or Jason Tatum on track to win
Jaylen
the MVP?
Jaylen Brown. To me, he's been so much more consistent than Tatum. Tatum disappeared in the first half last night. He's just been, in my opinion, I think Jaylen Brown's just been a lot more consistent than Jason Tatum, and that's why I think he should. If the Celtics do end up winning the finals, I think he will be the finals MVP.
Here's the difference between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum will score 40 or 50 points one game and give you 10 the next one. Jaylen Brown's going to consistently give you between 20 and 25 points every single night. Every night he's going to give you 25 points. In game 4, he's going to give you at least 20 points. In game 5, he's going to give you 20. 6, 7, he's going to give you 20. He's never going to have the lowest he's going to score. He's never going to go below 15. That's just not what he does. Jason Tatum has games where he just does not look. Jason Tatum has the potential to be the next great player in the NBA. Like, he has the potential to be the first or second best player in the NBA, but he has the confidence of a role player. And that's the problem right now. Jason Tatum's confidence is so low because you saw him miss layups. He misses wide open threes, and he makes really tough shots. He's like Kobe. He misses open shots but makes really difficult shots. You're like, how does he make that? But Jaylen Brown is going to consistently give you those points. Jaylen Brown is the spark for Boston on offense. He is the best first quarter player for Boston and the best fourth quarter player for Boston because I think Jaylen Brown is actually a better closer than Jason Tatum, but that's just me. Jaylen Brown has a clutch gene in him. Jason Tatum, I think, has it, but sometimes I question it. But you can't say Jaylen Brown is better because Jaylen Brown did not score 46 in Milwaukee in Game 6 when they had to win. That was Tatum. He didn't play really well in the first half in Game 7 against Milwaukee. That was Tatum. He didn't play really well in Games 1 and 2 against Miami. That was Tatum. So you can't say he's better. He didn't lock down Kevin Durant. That was Tatum. He didn't score 39 against the Nets. That was Tatum. He didn't score 50 last year against Brooklyn. That was Tatum. So you can't say that Jaylen Brown is better, but Jaylen Brown is a lot more consistent, and he's been more consistent in these playoffs. Even though I didn't think Jason Tatum had a bad night last night, it was a little inefficient, but he played really well in the fourth quarter. He played really well specifically throughout the entire second half, but the first half he struggled. And he played really well, I thought, in Game 2. Game 1, he played well, but he shot bad. In Game 2, he kind of played bad, but he shot well because he had so many turnovers. Last night, he shot bad, but he also played well, but he also shot well because he shot well in the second half. So right now, Jason Tatum, I think in the end, Jason Tatum is going to win the MVP by this time this series is over because I just think that's just how it's going to go. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jaylen Brown won it. But if the series ended right now, Jaylen Brown would without a doubt be the MVP. Golden State, there's no question who's going to be the MVP. If they win, it's going to be Curry.
It's going to be.
If they win, because Curry's maybe having his best finals he's ever had besides his meltdowns in the fourth quarter. Turned into LeBron against the Mavs. But there's a lot of LeBron hatred over here. But anyway, not the biggest LeBron fan in the world. But you think?
Yeah, we're friends with Skip Bayless.
Yeah, we're not the biggest LeBron fans.
No.
We're not like Shannon. But it's
Lego.
But right now, Jaylen Brown's the MVP. But I was really impressed with Marcus Smart last night. I know he banked in that 1-3, but and that was a bonus. But anyway, he does that all the time. But Marcus Smart makes the absolute toughest threes I've ever seen, but misses wide-ass open threes.
Yeah. He
will be wide open, not a player within 20 feet of him, and miss it way off. Like miss it way to the left, way to the right, way long, way short. But then these tough step-back threes, and he just, launches it up there, and he goes in. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, he was wide open in the corner for a three at one point, and then he bricks that one.
I think Grant Williams got it back and put it in. But
I don't get it with him.
Well, Smart's not a natural point guard.
No.
So, to me, Boston needs to find a point guard this offseason because I think that would really help them. Someone who's a low turnover player and a high assist player. But Smart is going to get better at being a point guard. But Smart's a better two guard. Smart's an absolutely ferocious defender because when he was the primary defender last night, Golden State was 0 for 9 and 0 for 3 from 3.
Wow.
Golden State's really good at getting switches with their high pick and rolls that they run. There's not many teams that get a pick when you're this far across half court. But Golden State does, but Boston played a lot better against that pick and roll last night. But Boston's got to stop playing drop coverage against Curry because they're dropping off like they did against Milwaukee and Miami. You can't do that against Steph Curry, and you can't do that against Klay Thompson, and you really can't do that against Wiggins or Poole either. You have to get up. You have to get physical with Steph Curry, and that's what they've done with him. I think Steph's being beat around, and I think that's made him exhausted in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry is absolutely exhausted last night in the fourth quarter.
And that could have something to do with his age. It could.
Oh, yeah, I think it does. But there were a few years ago in the 2016 finals against Western Conference Finals against Oklahoma City when Russell played Russell Westbrook. This was a better version of Russell Westbrook. Westbrook.
Not Lakers Westbrook.
No. Or Wizards Westbrook. But anyway. Russell Westbrook beat up Steph Curry in the first 4 games of those finals. It absolutely dominated him. And Curry, then that's when he started to gain more weight because Steph Curry was really skinny back in 2016.
God, he was.
And he's gained weight since then. But Steph Curry is still really slender. He's a slender guard. Mm-hmm. He's not a good defender. That's another point to make. Boston absolutely attacked Steph Curry last night. Whoever Steph Curry was on, that's who they went to, whether it was Derek White, that's why Marcus Smart had 24 points last night, was because they told him, when you have Steph Curry on him, attack him and go to the rim, because Steph Curry can't guard anything. Steph Curry cannot guard anything. Steph Curry is not a good defender. People say he's a good defender. Steph Curry is not a good defender. Steph Curry got absolutely bullied last night on the defensive end by Marcus Smart.
I wouldn't say that he's like a terrible defender, but I wouldn't say that he's like a great defender either, like some people say. I think he's just
give up 24 points to Marcus Smart. That's not a good day.
Well, when he's banking in threes,
that was one shot. Okay, 21 points. So I mean, but Marcus Smart's just like driving him straight to the rim and just pulling up and shooting little 4-foot jumpers on him because Steph can't guard him. Curry can't guard anybody. Just can't. Boston was attacking whoever Steph Curry was guarding, and Steve Kerr can't seem to figure out a way to stop that from happening right now. And if he does not find a way to stop that from happening, Boston's going to win game 4, and they're going to close this thing out in 5 or 6. So they got to figure out a way because Golden State's on code red right now.
Yeah, they are.
They're getting close.
It's time for them to hit the panic button.
Yeah, it's getting close. I don't know if it's time for the panic button yet, because if they win game 4, then they're fine. But if they lose game 4, they got a problem because it's really hard to beat that defense 3 straight times.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that defense once, let alone 3 straight times. I don't think Golden State's going to do that 3 straight times. No. So Golden State's got to win game 4.
Yeah, this is definitely a must-win. Well, all finals games should be must-wins, but
game 4,
but this game is like you got to win this one. If you don't win this one,
this series could be over in 5 if they don't win this game 4.
I'll say 6. I wouldn't say 5 because I don't think Golden State's going to lose in San Francisco. But are they in San Francisco?
They are now. Yeah.
Okay. I always forget that they moved from Oakland to San Francisco.
Yeah, Oracle. But anyway, we didn't have a lot to talk about today. But
yeah, is there anything else you want to talk
about? The Braves have won 7 in a row now, and Dansby's our best hitter.
Let's put this under final picks.
You never thought I'd see the day where you say Dansby Swanson
hitting 270.
Dansby Swanson's your best hitter.
That's ridiculous. That's
you got
ridiculous. Anything? Let's see. Nope.
Okay. Don't think too hard. Okay. So that's
wait.
it.
I do want to talk about one thing.
What?
Let's talk about some pop culture stuff real quick.
Like the Jack Harlow KFC meal that I got subjected to last night.
Yes. You didn't know that the Jack Harlow meal was a thing?
No.
I kind of want to go try it.
No.
What?
I don't like Jack Harlow. I don't even want to know.
You don't like Jack Harlow?
No.
Why? Because why?
No.
It's because he's white, isn't it?
I'm white.
No.
Jack Harlow.
I wonder what is in the Jack Harlow meal. I
don't even want to know.
1 second production value.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's called my Wi-Fi. Let's see.
Jack Harlow meal.
The Jack Harlow meal combines some of Jack's favorite KFC items: a spicy chicken sandwich, secret recipe fries, mac and cheese, a ranch dip cup, and an ice cold lemonade.
Ranch dip cup sounds absolutely awful.
I can't stand ranch, and I know a lot of people like ranch, but I hate ranch. It
I
actually
like
sounds
ranch. I
good.
don't want a ranch dip cone, but
Dude, that kind of looks good. I kind of want to try it.
you knock yourself out.
All right, I love spicy chicken sandwiches.
We'll see. All right.
I guess that does it for episode 10 of The Stove. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you would. Comment some questions down below if you want to, and we'll answer them next time.
Yeah.
We'll answer any questions you guys have, and y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Jack Harlow, give me looking.
It looks